Hey folks, and welcome back to part 3 of Pokemon Fire Red playthrough. In this part, we're still going through the labyrinth that is Mt.Moon, and we're coming across our criminal organization, as I mentioned before, Team Rocket. This is pretty much the main game's antagonist. We're dealing with Team Rocket and their BS. So pretty much I'm going to be showing off every Team Rocket battle in the beginning anyway, even though this guy is pretty much a grunt. His team consists of a Sandshrew, a Rattata, and a Zubat. So it's pretty much Pokemon. Well, Sandshrew, I don't think we've seen that yet, but it's pretty much the other two we've seen before. So it's no biggie to that. But yeah, it's just gonna be plenty of those guys that we are going to be encountering. Team Rocket, I mean, anyway. So yeah, get ready for a battle with these guys. This is the first, and this definitely won't be the last time we're gonna see them, folks. So yeah. So anyway, I'm keeping my Mankey out because like I stated before, he's effective against normal types like Rattata or Rattata as some people might say. But yeah, I'm just keeping him out. I'm trying to level him up and so he can get stronger and stuff. The game might start off a bit slow. It's like that with all RPG, folks. The game start off slow, but then you get stronger and stronger. That's why some people like RPGs. They want to see their characters grow. They want to see the story progress, and they want to see all that good stuff. And it's freaking rewarding when you do finish the game and my Pikachu is confused. Damn it. Which means, I think when a Pokemon is confused, I think it has a 50% chance of attacking. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. But yeah, just some people just like seeing their Pokemon grow stronger and stronger. So I'm one of those guys who enjoy that, but I'm also one of those impatient types. So yeah, I had to have some real patience when it came to recording Pokemon, since it's such a slow but fantastic game, folks. I'm not gonna say too much because at the end I give my opinions anyway. I'm mostly gonna forget my opinions when it comes to the end of playing the game anyway. But yeah, here is Paris right here. I think that's how you say it, Paris. It's a bug Pokemon. I think it's pretty good. I think it has a effect spore. So paralyze. How do you paralyze an electric Pokemon? I never got that. Like, I think they fixed that in later generations, but the first gen, which is Pokemon using third generation sprites and stuff, but considering a third generation remake. But anyway, yeah, how do you paralyze something that has the ability to cause paralysis? I don't get that. But anyway, yeah, it was weird to come back to Generation 1 since I've been spoiled by Generation 7 a lot. Generation 7 is so good. So good. But this game is good too in itself. I'm not going to say that it's not. Like I stated before in the last part, I think it was the last part, but as I stated a couple of parts back or whatnot, that I tried to record Pokemon Yellow. I really wanted to do Pokemon Yellow, but I had some technical difficulties and couldn't. It would have recorded, but the quality would have came out terrible, folks, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So you guys only deserve the best of the best. So that's why I just decided to go with the remake. My favorite Pokemon generation, I don't know. What's your favorite generation? Do you still prefer the old school generations, or do you like the newer games? Let me know in the comments. Me, I don't know. I do have a soft spot for Ruby and Sapphire, only because that was the Pokemon games that I spent the most time on. I don't know, Generation 7 is coming a pretty good close, but yeah, well, I don't know, because on Ruby and Sapphire, I borrowed those games. I didn't have my own copy. I borrowed it from my good friend D. He had both copies. He still do to this day. I spent over, I think about 200 on each. Cause I play each. I beat. I think I had Ruby first, and then I went to go ahead and complete Sapphire as well. Try to catch as many Pokemon as I can between the two. So yeah, I think I spent about 200 hours on each, and this was, mind you, this was my high school time. This is my high school year, so yeah, after my free time, after I did homework and stuff like that, I went straight to those games, folks, and I spent weekends and countless times on those games, folks. I really did. That's why I have such a soft spot for those two titles right there. But yeah, what is your favorite generations of Pokemon? Do you prefer the old school one? I don't know why you would, but do you prefer it? Do you like the newer generations, such as 5, 6, 7? Which Pokemon generation do you hate? The one you can't stand? For me, I don't particularly hate it, but Gen 4 really didn't do it for me. Considering the fact that I'm gonna be focusing mostly on Pokemon remakes for this channel, so if I do decide to go back to Pokemon, it's gonna be Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that. I don't know if my interpretations of those two games are going to change. We'll eventually get to that when I decide to record it 5 years from now. I'm kidding. I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually get to that series. I don't know. It's not going to be soon after this, because you guys will get tired of pretty much seeing that. When I come to recording, I have a list. I try to go down that list. This game wasn't on the list. This game just kind of came out of nowhere when I decided to record it. Like I stated before, it was suggested by a friend of mine when my list wasn't really pretty much cutting it for me. And now that I'm getting this game out of the way, I can go ahead and go back to my list and try to record some stuff. I want to try to get back to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I don't know when I'm going to decide to record that. So, if you guys follow me on Twitter, which you should be doing anyway, Twitter at Mr. Awesome Shawn, you folks will know what I'm actually planning on doing, and I keep updates and stuff. I don't post everything that I should to my fan page because, you know, I just stay on Twitter. I spent about 20% of my day on Twitter anyway, so, you know, if you guys want to find out how I'm doing, what I'm doing, just follow me on Twitter, folks. That's how you're going to stay informed with this channel about, I want to say, 70% of the time. I will share some of my Twitter stuff with my fan page, but not all the time. So, you know, I try to spread it out and whatnot. Yeah, if you or your friends are big fan of Pokemon, go ahead and let them know that I'm doing a commentary. You guys are joining me for the ride, so let them know. Don't forget to subscribe. You and your friends subscribe to the channel. You don't have to unless you want to. I'm not gonna really force that down your throats too much. But yeah, to help me out. And wow, I freaking encountered Clefairy, which I told you folks, it has that 1% of encountering, and I don't think I capture Clefairy. I think I just knock it out because I wasn't really interested in Clefairy at the time. So yep, it's paralyzed. But yeah, I don't think I captured it at the time because I wasn't really interested in Clefairy, which I should have been, because number one, it's rare as crap, and number two, I'm hitting myself in the forehead right now thinking, why didn't I capture it when I had the chance to? But like I stated before, Mt.Moon is a long kind of labyrinth stage. It has 4 floors to explore, and it's just like I stated before, it's just a mess. Once we get out of Mt.Moon, it's only gonna get better from there, because we're pretty much on our way. We have to go through this in order to get to Cerulean. I think it's called Cerulean City. where we have our next gym battle at. So we're leaving here. We're getting prepped. Let me say that. We're getting prepped for our next Pokemon battle, which is Misty. She uses water type Pokemon, so we're getting prepped for that battle on our way there. So it's pretty good that we have this labyrinth here to get our Pokemon stronger. So that's always kind of good. Is this the longest labyrinth in the game? I like to think so, but it's probably not. Just give me a few moments here. I'm trying to look through this, cause like I stated before, I have this wiki pulled up, that shows you like different strategies and stuff like that. And it shows you the trainers and all their stats and stuff like that. So, pretty much, this strategy gets you prepped and prepared and lets you know, what you're facing up against and stuff like that. It's really good. It's called a strategy wiki. And it lets you know, like, what kind of Pokemon to encounter, who to encounter and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. It lets you know, also, what new Pokemon that you're going to encounter along the way, what their levels, and what you need to do in order to prepare for them. So that's already, yeah, it's Cerulean City, gym. So I was right. We're on the way to that place. So, like I stated before, yeah, Lapras is just, I'm trying to avoid myself for going on too many tangents, but we're probably gonna be doing that since this labyrinth is so freaking long. And what we're counting in Team Rocket is you're seeing them more and more as we go further down. So they're planning something. I don't know what they're planning, or I don't remember what they're planning, because I wasn't really reading the text when it comes to when it comes to this anyway, because I know the story, and I just wasn't reading the text because I was just trying to speed through this game as fast as I could, folks. I really was. Not on an effort to, well, it was kind of on an effort to just get it out of the way, but yeah, that Hyper Fang move is annoying. Just not Mankey rat out. Let's go ahead and bring out the champ. Let's bring out Charmeleon. Got there, but yeah, I like Charmeleon. He's not a bad Pokemon. At least I don't think he's a bad Pokemon. I don't know, but I don't know if I remember if I asked this question or not, but who do you usually start off the game with? Do you go with the boy Charmeleon? Do you go with the homie Squirtle? Or do you go with Bulbasaur? Usually when I start off, I go with Squirtle or Charmeleon. Yeah, I usually start off with a fire type whenever I play a Pokemon game, which I shouldn't do because, like I stated before, the fire types of Pokemon is considered the hard mode of the game. It's considered the hard mode of the game, but it wasn't. The only problem I had with throughout the whole game was Misty's gym. I'll explain a little bit more of that when I actually get to it. But yeah, but otherwise than that, I really didn't have too much problem with any other gym leader. But oh man, look at that. Encounter after encounter because of these running shoes. But yeah, maybe I should have cut some of the Team Rocket battles because they're showing, like I stated before, they're showing the same Pokemon over and over again. And yeah, I just wanted to, this is pretty much the last time you're gonna see lengthy battles with Team Rocket like this, because after a while you're gonna notice a pattern that Team Rocket keep the same Pokemon with them over and over. I'm like, jazz it up a little bit. There are gonna be some Team Rocket members, more head up, more stronger ones anyway, that's gonna have a variety of Pokemon, but I say about 80% of them, I think 80 is too generous. 90% of them are gonna have the same Pokemon over and over again. So yeah, expect to see Zubats and Rattatas and Geodudes and shoot, what else Pokemon they could Mucks and Grimers, and you'll see what I mean when we get to those types. But yeah, get static, bitch. Excuse the language once again. This channel right here is not really for kids. Yeah, we have some adult language and situations and stuff like that, like 80% of YouTube already. Some of them try to censor their stuff. YouTube is getting a little more strict with that stuff anyway. That's kind of pissing off gamers on YouTube anyway, who try to monetize and stuff like that. Yeah, YouTube is pissing a bunch of people off. Not me in general, so we're cool, but everybody else, they're pissing off everybody else. So, you know, it's just people don't like change. I don't blame them. You know, people like staying in their comfort zone and don't like too many rules enforced on them. But that's life. Yeah, we have to battle this nerd. When we're done battling this nerd, we'll get our choice of fossils to take, because he's being a greedy bastard. He wants fossils. We wasn't even trying to get fossils from him, but he's just in my way. So yeah, Grimer are annoying Pokemon. They use Harden, which boosts their defense, and that could get annoying after a while. So I thought the screen went black for a minute because I blinked and all I saw was darkness. I'm like, oh god, I hope this footage is not messed up. But yeah, and it's poisonous too, and a poison gas, poison Charmeleon. Yeah, it's just this Pokemon is so annoying. Man, and its evolved form, people made jokes with that so many times. If I don't forget, I'll probably end up making the joke too. Double team is not really a good move for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Nope, I don't want to learn double team, so I'll just go ahead and take coughing is another weird Pokemon. Look at that fucking face. That Pokemon is not interested in all. It's like, Durr. Oh man, why did they give him a face like that? Like, I never, in the anime, I never took who had a coughing? I think James had a coughing. I never took that Pokemon seriously. They always used to get beat a lot. Coughing and Ekans, and oh man, I kind of feel bad for them after a while. I think why did Jesse and James let their Pokemon go? I don't know. They seem like every generation they get new Pokemon too, and I think they just let them go. I don't know, but I usually feel bad for their Pokemon 90% of the time. The other time they're just Team Rocket is just annoying, and I think that could go for pretty much all of them. But again with the poisoning, it's annoying. It really is. But yeah, these types, their weaknesses, since they're poison, their weakness is against Psychic, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think their weakness is the Psychic. They probably got some other weaknesses as well. Just give me a second here. Let me go ahead and look that up right quick. Okay, so according to good old Google, poison, which is coughing and buck and stuff like that, their weaknesses is to Psychic, like I stated before, and ground. So also, if you use a ground type against these guys, they're weak too. I didn't know about the ground part, so I was right about poison being weak to Psychic. So if you got a good Butterfree, if it knows confusion or Psychic against these guys, Butterfree will be racking up so many experience points right now because of this guy anyway. But do I want to? Yeah, let's go ahead and get that furry swipes in. Yep, forget about Leer because I don't really use it. I don't really use attacks that static base that affects another Pokemon's status. I don't really use those type of moves. I'm just straight for attack, you know, attack and defense. I'm that type of guy. I'm more of an attack though, but because I know some of my friends, they don't really use status based moves either. Yeah, so basically they just primarily focus on attack and maybe some strategy for them. I don't know, but I use some strategy for me, kind of. I just pent up electric against electric. But yeah, this guy, super nerd. So I wasn't just calling him a nerd just to be mean. That's literally what he's called. So yeah, basically I'm gonna go ahead and heal up my two Pokemon that are freaking poison. This guy gave me some trouble, freaking asshole. But yeah, yeah, just go ahead and healing up my party. This is probably gonna be the first and last time that you actually, well, it's not the first time, but this is probably gonna be the few instances where I actually show this off. After that, I'm not gonna be showing it off as much. See, in the beginning, I didn't really have a game plan on how I was gonna edit this, so as we progress more and more through the game, you're going to be seeing some hardcore editing. I didn't know which fossil was which, so I just went ahead and went with the dome fossil, and this nerd is going to take the other one because he's a douche. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and take one. He didn't want you to be too greedy or whatnot, but yeah, he's telling us about Cinnabar Island. I just did a cut there because I just ran around the I pretty much just did a 360 motion, which was really unnecessary. But yeah, he's gonna Cinnabar Island is where we're gonna restore the fossil we just got. But oh, thank goodness that we're out of the Mt.Moon. I could have fought those two trainers, but at the time I just wanted to get to the nearest Pokemon Center so I could heal up my wounded warriors so we could prepare for another battle. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But we're also here where we can fight Misty, so we're definitely gonna be showing that off, folks. We're gonna kick Misty's butt. If I can get my next badge here. I forgot the name of the badge. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, folks, that's pretty much gonna do it for the end of part 3 here. I was gonna call it another part because I forgot what part we was on. But yeah, after my Pokemon heal up, we're gonna go ahead and shoot for the top with Misty. So until then, folks, join us soon.